everybody, it's Mona here at Craft Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. Today we're going to do some snowman coasters. I'm mixing my resin, and if you are using a quick curing resin that cures white, you can just use that. Or if you're going to be using a resin that cures clear, you're going to want to either add a white pigment to it to color it white, or once it's cured, you can actually paint on it as well. So it's up to you whether you want to use a colorant to paint on it, or if you want to use like a fast curing resin that cures white. Whatever works for you is great. I've mixed 2 ounces, so I'm going to put 1 ounce in one and 1 ounce in the other. Then you're going to just let that cure. These have cured, so now I'm going to pop them out. And now I'm going to take multi-surface paint. We'll start with the orange, and I'm just going to be making a nose. It could be crooked, it could be long, it could be whatever you want it to be because it's just a carrot nose. I'm going to take a skewer stick and just run it through and create some ribbing on the carrot nose. Then I'm going to take black and do the eyes. And they've just got to be little squares for coal. At this point you could have kids draw or paint on faces and it'll give it a fun folksy feel. I'm going to take my skewer stick again, this time with a little black on it, and this will just help define the nose a little bit more. Where I already scraped into the paint before it dried, I'm adding just a little bit of black. Because my snowmen are a little bit of an off-white color, I'm going to go with a little bit more of a coral, and I'm just going to give them little rosy cheeks. And you just need it to be subtle. And now I'm going to just let this dry. Now I'm going to use a mixture of some Super Gloss Mod Podge and some clear glitter. And we're going to just use it as a little bit of an accent. So I'm going to go around the edges a little bit and a little bit on the cheeks. And I'm going to pour it on. And I'll dab a little bit on the nose so it looks a little bit frosty too. So these all need to dry, and then we're going to put another layer of resin on it. I have a couple ounces of resin mix, and I don't think I'll need all of it. And I'm going to pour it right on here on both of them. We're just doming it now just to make sure that that paint is protected. And because it is a multi-surface paint, it should be okay. So I'm going to spread it to the edges, but just make sure it does not flow over. And then it will encase all of that glitter as well. Then I'll take my lighter, pop the bubbles, and I'll come back a couple more times just to pop them again. And then we'll let it sit a minimum of 12 hours before we handle the coasters. Our snowmen are cured. They look pretty cute. Now we're going to give them hats. You can go with a traditional top hat, but I think I'm going to go with like a wintry cap. So to figure out the size, I'm going to just trace around. So I have the rough circle size, and I'm going to want the cap to be about that size, I think. And you can kind of adjust it. So that's roughly what I'm thinking it'll look like. And you could go bigger, you could go smaller, you can do anything you want. I just want it to have a really fun and festive look. And I'm just cutting it out now so I can just use it as a pattern. Now I'm going to trace it onto some felt. And remember that you're going to want to have it go this way and the opposite way because you're going to want to have 2 halves to sandwich it. And you could go green, you could go red and stay with traditional colors, you could go pink, you can go blue, whatever you want just to fit your decor. If you want to stay traditional, whatever works for you is great. And then all you want to do is trace that pattern on and cut it out. And then you have 2 halves that will fit perfectly onto your snowman. And then I'm just going to cut out, for this particular hat, a red piece, a red band. Got my hot glue happening, and I have my little parts. So I'm going to start gluing it together. And you don't have to do hot glue. You could do a fabric glue or other glue. It doesn't really matter. And I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom just yet, because I want to get this stuff lined up. And it does not take much glue to make this happen. Okay, we're going to take the cap, put it like this, and you could choose to Velcro this if you wanted to the actual coaster to make it removable. For my purposes, I'm not doing that. Then I'm going to take my red band, glue that across. And you could go with a fuzzy band. I'm just working with the felt. And then I'm going to take a pom-pom, glue it at the end. Hold on, I want to attach these two pieces as well. Pop that right on there. Now we have a cute snowman coaster with a stocking cap. And you can leave it like this, very plain and simple, or you can add like dots on here with a little bit of paint, a little bit of glitter. You can easily do that with a clear drying glue, or you could do it with your glue gun. And just sprinkle some glitter right over. Tap off any excess. So I'm going to just set that hat aside to dry. And now you've got a super cute little elf hat for your snowman. Here they are all finished. Now you can create these cute little snowmen with stocking caps and use them as coasters. You do not have to glue the caps on, because then they're removable, and if they got dirty, you could either wash them or just replace them, because felt is very inexpensive. But they're fun gifts. Instead of using them only as coasters, you could also have them on your holiday table, and on the hat or on the brim of the hat, you can put the person's name and kind of use them as place cards, and then they can use them as coasters, take them home. Or if you just want to have a set of them, you could do that instead and have this hat on for perhaps Christmas, and then after Christmas is over, you can change over to a different colored hat that might fit your needs or your style. So you do not have to permanently glue the hats onto the coasters. That's not necessary, because they can fit on there pretty snugly, and that's why it's important to glue it while you have the hat on the actual snowman coaster. And they're cute without hats too. So be sure to let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the snowman coasters, and I hope you give them a try. Remember, life is too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye, guys.